gods. We don't like those gods around these parts. Those are the mean ones.
Devilish deities of times long since forgotten.
20mm. That is here. The bathtub is the best sled or vehicle in any Gmod map that allows you to make vehicles. So you can just make a vehicle out of a bath.
Yes, you can put a seat, you can glue the seat onto the bathtub, glue 4 wheels onto the bathtub, and then you just go forward, and there you go, you have a bathtub car.
That feels very much like the sort of things that I made in not Breath of the Wild, that's a lie, Tears of the Kingdom.
Yes. That is actually one of the main comparisons that people make to Tears of the Kingdom, that it's Gary's mod. The difference is Gary's mod came out in 2006. But yes, I have seen a lot of gameplay from that, and it does have very similar beats. But interestingly enough, that is how I got introduced to Half-Life. It was the fun sandbox thing that all the kiddies were playing back in the time, and I experienced friendships in life through that for the longest time. And then I was like, oh, there's actually a game tied to these characters? What's the story of the funny smiling man? 20 years later, and I still don't know. I'm referring to the suited G-man in this scenario.
The man is like, who is this dude? I don't know.
Because Gmod gives you a completely different perspective of all of these characters, because it is a sandbox, and you can change their faces to be really weird, scrunchy, smiley. And, well, that definitely gives you a completely different impression from the serious single-player experience that you have now gone through yourself.
And then you just have the delightful in his pants moments. I'm assuming that comes from Gary's mod. Gordon Freeman and his underpants. Is that not from Gary's mod?
Well, technically yes. That is an entire subset of culture called machinimas or source filmmaker art, and it's a lot of very weird things. But yes, Gorgeous Freeman does come from that as well. There are a lot of tools that Valve has given away at the behest of creators that have used it in incredible ways. I've linked some in the Discord for review stuff. There's a lot of that. That's basically the brain rot in the culture that I grew up with. Kids these days are spoiled with Skibbity Toilet. Yeah, you can do a lot of sandboxy things, just like how Delta says. You can take a seat, just slap a bunch of jet rockets to it, and start flying.
That sounds a lot of fun, honestly.
And it was great entertainment back in the day. Even had some roleplay servers, and I used to be a part of a community and a guild, and then we moved on to making Minecraft videos. It was great fun. Oh, to be a child in the early stages of the internet, before the AI took over.
Ah, the AI overlords. The trying to navigate things without them being AI is becoming increasingly difficult.
Yes.
Like, so you can get 3D prints to print on your 3D thing, right? On your 3D printer. And there's a huge amount of resources, and I'm looking for a very specific thing, and I'm like, this looks exactly it, and it's all paid for. You can see what it is, but you purchase a license to print it for yourself. And I have learned, always read the comments, because you read the comments, you're like, yeah, this is just AI garbage. I'm like, okay, noted, cool. So now it's like you can't buy anything without reviews, you can't buy anything without comments, because it's just AI.
Yes. Before it was a quality assurance issue, now it's an AI-generated issue. For example, the other day my sister came in and gifted some beautiful pillow covers to my mother, and I decided to inspect said pillow covers for more than 12 seconds, and the images are AI.
Yep.
Printed on actual pillow covers, and then when I expressed this, they said, oh, so that's why they're cheap as hell. When it gets to the point where you can actually see things physically appear in the world, you know they've had an impact. Just like how I saw a giant stand for Mr. Beast products in my local supermarket.
Mm. No, we had so advertised to me locally as like, you know, Santa things. And I looked at the picture and I kind of looked at it and I was like, something is wrong with this. And I immediately thought, hang on, count Santa's fingers. And lo and behold, it was AI because Santa had an ungodly quantity of fingers. So,
Uh,
and you know, I just looked at it, I was like, something is wrong with this, you know, advertisement for a local Santa's grotto. And I'm like, how hard is it to get a picture of Santa? Like,
well, it's not. It's easier to make a prompt generate one for you.
but I feel like it
A
isn't.
million times easier.
Like, even you could go onto like Unsplash, where it's like free imagery for a picture of Santa, because it wasn't
That's
like
still
it wasn't
separate.
Santa doing anything. It was just Santa holding a hot chocolate. I reckon I could go into any of the free like stock art places and find Santa holding a hot chocolate where he doesn't have 17 fingers on one hand. You know?
It's horrifying to know that, as an alternative to what you just described, they'd rather just put a prompt in the AI and make it do that instead. It is
You want-
insane the point we've come to in this society of ours.
Unfortunately, Delta, the image does have like my town written on it. It's like, come visit Santa at blah. So it's very, very doxing. Otherwise, I would share the image.
Come visit Santa at moose does not definitely live here.com/gov/
Yeah.
telepathy.
Yeah, so you know, they just probably. I'm surprised they didn't AI prompt the writing on it as well.